What is going on, you guys? Riley here. Today's a very exciting day because we are adding a louder exhaust system to the 2018 Mustang. Now, we're not just doing any loud exhaust on the Mustang. We're not just chopping off the mufflers, leaving it straight piped and calling it a day. We are instead rather adding a nice, high quality, well-constructed catback exhaust system from Corsa Exhaust. We're doing the Corsa Sport Catback, and I can't freaking wait to have some louder exhaust on this thing and listen to that baby roar. So with Corsa Exhaust, you generally get two loudnesses to choose from. So you get the sport option and you get the extreme option. The extreme option, very loud. You'll have people hearing you in a different zip code. Everybody will know that you're coming down the road, which I've had many loud exhaust systems before. If you don't believe me, here's some clips. So I'm no stranger to having super loud exhaust systems, and they're fun, but with this car, I just want to take the route of, you know, better overall daily driver, not gonna piss people off down the street, more so just, you know, louder exhaust for my enjoyment, and in my opinion, the sports have a better tone, which I'll show you guys here in a little bit. So even though I chose the quieter option that Corsa sells, it's still going to be a lot louder than the factory exhaust system, and it has a nice deep tone. It has a double helix X pipe. I mean, it's just a super well-constructed exhaust, which is something I'm not used to having. Usually I'm doing muffler deletes or going the cheap route on exhaust. However, this one I was like, let's do this right, and I've been in contact with Corsa. The guys over there have been great, and yeah, I mean, that's enough talking about it. I'll let the exhaust speak for itself. So we're about to pull up to a muffler shop. Now, usually I do exhaust installs myself. However, this way I can actually film this for you guys, which is a lot easier. And the place I'm going is super cool to me, and I've done many videos with them before. So I'm excited to film this exhaust install and get some nice sound clips for you guys. Hopefully it doesn't sound like that. But yeah, let's put some loud exhaust on. All right, so here we are pulling up to New Star Muffler, and there's my father. What's up, Dad? I actually had my father come drop the exhaust off in his truck for me because I don't know if I could fit it in my my trunk. So it should be here somewhere. Let's go find it, and let's stop having a quiet exhaust. But yeah, New Star Muffler, hit these guys up. They're in the Tomball, Texas area. If you ever need anything, really great guys. Tell them RP sent you. Sure, you can see everything's packed all nicely in the box. I don't think anything's gonna get dented in there with all that fancy packing stuff. But then here is the actual exhaust system. So it's a full catback. It has the double helix X pipe from Corsa. Then you move all your way back, and then you got the mufflers and the quad exhaust tips. So man, I'm so excited to put this thing on. And then you got a nice little Corsa thing right there. That's pretty cool. And then if you're wondering what the factory exhaust looks like, well, you have this giant, looks like a suitcase resonator right there, and then moving back, then you have two giant mufflers. So we're getting rid of the giant suitcase right there. We still got two mufflers, but the overall tone is going to be totally different, and it's going to be so much better. But that's what the underside looks like. But yeah, as you can probably assume, that's pretty restrictive. And I believe I read on Corsa's website, I believe the Corsa exhaust is like 50% better airflow. I think you get like 5 horsepower or something from the catback just due to that. So it's going to sound so much better. The car is going to be really happy with it. So let's get started. lot different than stock. So now that you guys have heard the exhaust from the outside, I figured I would drive around now, roll the windows down, and we'll film some in-car stuff just with a GoPro so you can get kind of a general idea of what it sounds like when you're driving around from inside the car. So I have now been rocking this exhaust for the last, I believe it's like 4 days. And it really does sound good. It's it's definitely a lot more fun than it was when it was a stock exhaust system. It also almost has like a GT350 tone to it. It has like that growl or snarl or just kind of like a, I don't know, but it's not super raspy. It's nice and deep, and it sounds really good. A lot of times people go the cheap route and they go, whatever I can find that will make my car the loudest, that's what I want. And this is not the loudest system. If you want loud, you can get the Corsa Extremes for that, which I may do at some point. But for now, I think I'm gonna rock the sports. The cold starts aren't too bad. The overall tone is my absolute favorite tone I've ever heard on any 5.0 Mustang. And for that reason, I plan to keep these things for a while. I may add long tube headers to them. I think it would keep the same tone, but it would obviously increase the loudness. So may do that down the line, may delete the cats down the line, who knows, or I may just go and get Corsa Extremes down the line. But for now, I'm super happy with the Corsa Sports, and I really don't have any complaints. So something that I kind of forgot about with Corsa is they have this no drone technology, which they have like these patents for and all this other fun stuff. But basically their exhaust is quite fancy. But what I mean by all of that is that just the fact that there's not much noise inside the cabin, even with the windows up. There's a giant party going on behind the car, but in here it's not super droney or like, it's not unpleasant, I guess. We'll go ahead and roll the windows up so I can show you guys what I mean. But yeah, just cruising right now. We're doing 50 and just casually cruising. Could talk to the guy next to me, no problem. And then see, it definitely wakes up in the higher RPMs, and it's such a good tone. But I've already put about 300 miles on this system on the highway, and it is just dead quiet. It makes no noise when you're just cruising down the road, and that's awesome. I've had exhaust before where you're driving down the highway and you just hear bzzz, and it's not fun. It's not enjoyable. But thankfully, that is not the case with this car, and we'll go ahead and do one more little acceleration, because why not? Makes a good tone. This exhaust definitely has its moments where you're glad that you did not get the louder one. You can get away with doing more hooning, if you will. You can, you know, go on back roads and you're not going to have people far, far away hearing you, you know, ripping on your car. But then there's other times when you do want a louder exhaust, like when you're around your car buddies or at a Cars and Coffee or just, you know, doing car stuff, then you kind of want it loud. But for everyday driving and normal driving, this is perfect, and you really don't want it much louder than this. You're not going to piss off your neighbors. You can leave late at night, early in the morning, nobody really cares. It's decently loud on a cold start, but it's not to the point where, like, you have people calling the cops saying, hey, this man's making too much noise. But there you have it, guys. That is some first impressions on the Corsa Sport Catback for the 2018 Mustang. I believe it's also the 2015 and Mustang, but you get the point. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully it has given you some insight into the Corsa sound on a Mustang, and it seriously did take this Mustang from a sound to a that's badass sound. So thank you guys for watching this video. I promise I will have more videos on the exhaust coming soon. We'll get some more outside the car clips and all kinds of fun stuff, but this will have to do for now. But as always, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, guys.